Hi, I'm Monica Harris, founder of Royal Daughters of God. Thank you for your attention to our fundraiser. I am here to read the description for those of you who don't have time to read at this time. I'll give you a little bit of background about where the vision for Royal Daughters of God came from. It was around 2005, I think, 2006. I lived in a very depressed community, but I worked every day. And I observed that the majority of my neighbors did not. The same thing that they were doing when I got up in the morning to leave, they were doing when I came home. And I asked questions. And that's how I kind of found out some of the stories behind the residents of very, very depressed communities that are infested with crime. So in 2008, God gave me a vision for Royal Daughters of God. And here we are 8 years later, finally rolling it out. So again, I thank you, and here we go. In order to shift the mindsets of people who have lived in generations of poverty, depression, and oppression, the people have to believe that there is hope. They can't continue to open the curtains to their windows or the doors to their homes and see that nothing is changing. Instead of vacant, trashed houses and lots, they need to see works of art and manicured lawns, floral gardens, and positive imagery. Impoverished communities wake up and go to sleep to negative images that shape their minds accordingly. In order to deliver the first phase of the psychological reform of a community by way of transforming the physical presence, the transformer must possess the land. We need to acquire as much land and real estate as possible inside of a depressed community. That is the only legal way in which to control the appearance of that community. Our long-term goal with this phase is to return the real estate to the residents who adhere to the reformed code of the community. Through the RDOG and affiliate programs, current residents will be offered the opportunity to learn how to positively contribute to the future of the world, thereby becoming educated and confident enough to become worthy real estate and landowners. The owner of the land controls the environment. This initiative acquires as much of the vacant land, homes, and buildings as possible within a targeted section of a zip code. Upon acquisition, we improve and maintain the properties by cleaning them and beautifying them with floral and community vegetable gardens, manicured lawns, and customized works of art provided by professional artists. We board up the vacant properties with artistic signs consisting of positive messages and imagery. We form alliances with property owners who reside outside of the communities. Our purpose is to receive permission to beautify their properties in an attempt to flood the community with a pleasant and positive appearance. Once the land acquisition and beautification phase is perfected, the next phase is to integrate the residents by housing the services that they need to reform mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially right within their reach. And of course, this is within walking distance of their homes. And this is not in the written description, but an explanation behind that is, as a resident of one of these communities, one of the things that I learned was that the government provided resources, welfare, offers a wide array of access to services that are not within the community. And these residents, I don't know if it's by way of fear or if it's that, systematic conditioning of the mind that we've been hearing a lot about, that restricts them from leaving these communities. So if it's not right there in the hood, they don't go for it. They don't access it. The owner of the land, again, controls the environment. Your support of this initiative is greatly appreciated. Our mission is to increase self-sufficiency, decrease financial dependency, and eliminate financial illiteracy by delivering a consistent and meaningful presence within the communities in which we serve that advocates the availability of immediate assistance in improving individual lifestyles through spiritual, mental, professional, physical, and financial literacy. I just want to add also, and it's not in the written description, that we don't seek to reinvent the wheel by any means. We recognize that there are a lot of organizations out there that do the various tasks that we need, that we seek to bring into the communities that we will serve. However, for reasons that I will not go into, for reasons that I believe and will not go into for the sake of this video, those services are not impacting whole communities. At least it's not evident. And where they may have impacted whole communities, it has not been sustained in the majority of the zip codes that I personally have observed over the last 8 years. And so our objective, again, is not to reinvent the wheel, but we also recognize that a lot of these organizations have a lot against them, primarily funding issues. So if we, or shall I say, when we acquire the real estate, we are then able to advocate for those services by proposing to those organizations that we have observed are very, very efficient in their operations that meet our mission. And we can house their services, funding provided, right within the communities. So we can bring them to the residents. So that excuse is out the window, that the residents don't leave the community because the resources are there. And we can house and fund them. We know we need them. A lot of the communities are just unable to afford them. So again, thank you for your support. If you should have any questions and or concerns, you can reach me direct at toll-free 888-997-8667, extension 101. And of course, you can find us on social media. Search Royal Daughters of God Chicago. Excuse me. Thank you.